All right, so we wanted to go ahead and touch a little bit on the NBA and the contenders of the East and West Conference. Right now, Kemba Walker, man, he's been a spark plug to Boston. He's been everything Kyrie's been, and you add on a good teammate, so you'd say he's been more beneficial than Kyrie was with the Celtics last year. Celtics are a problem, man. They're a problem to the Sixers. They're a problem to the Bucks. How much do you think of a problem they can be? Like, are they really contending, or are they just being a nuisance?
I feel like they're better than I thought they would be already. But at the end of the day, I'm not putting them over the Bucks or the Sixers in the East. No chance. And really, in the preseason, I thought the Sixers come out of the East, but just from what I've seen so far, I really think it's the Bucks, and it's the Bucks by a pretty solid margin. But shout out the Heat. The Heat have been much better than I thought they would be.
Way better.
But
way better.
None.
Shout out Jimmy Butler. That's my guy. I wanted the Lakers to get Jimmy Butler so bad, but no, I still think the East right now belongs to the Bucks. It's tough for me to imagine anybody beating them.
I think the biggest thing for the Celtics that they'll see in the playoffs is how much they needed Horford. Like,
yeah,
I think it's not a really a debatable thing that Cantor is a downgrade from Horford for their team, but
shout out Turkey.
You can live with it during the season. That you can just get through like defensive issues and stuff during the season, and he was hurt for a lot of the so far, but. I think they'll really notice how much they need him in the playoffs, especially for guys like Joel Embiid, Giannis.
You bring up a good point, Mitch. When you talk about how the difference between regular season basketball and playoff basketball, in the playoffs, those teams are gonna see Cantor and they're gonna bully him for 7 games, and it's just a really bad mismatch.
See, coming out the East, I'm definitely gonna go with the Philadelphia 76ers. Shout out my guy Vaughn from Menlo College.
No.
I ain't gonna lie. But I just look at their team. They're really complete. Honestly, they have Jason Richardson, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris. I think was huge pickup last year. Another year in the system. That's just gonna help them. I like the pickup of Thibault. Thibault's been playing great defense. He gets a lot of minutes as a rookie, so you know what that means. And he doesn't fill up the box score, so he's doing something great on defense. You know what I mean? To increase his minutes. I just see him as like the most complete team coming out the East. I think the Bucks losing Mirotic and Chris Middleton, I think that's huge for them, like down the road, like when it comes to playoff basketball.
Brogdon, not Middleton.
Oh, Brogdon, my bad, Malcolm Brogdon.
Got you.
I think that's going to be huge when it comes to the playoffs. When I see the Celtics, I don't believe in Jason Tatum, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. I don't believe in them to come up clutch. I think Kemba's going to have to do it by himself again. Like, if Kemba's having an off night, I don't trust them to be the best player on that team. So I'd have to go with the 76ers in the East.
I like the Sixers. Just go one quick point before you go, Rashawn. I think they need to make changes as to how they're playing, though. I saw a stat the other day that actually shook me. Ben Simmons is 4th on the Sixers in usage. That cannot be how they play. 4th. There's 3 players who have the ball in their hands more than Ben Simmons. That is a mistake. That can't happen. Like, they need to make him much more the focal point. He needs to be playing that point forward position. And I don't know if I believe in him to get it done. He has been dreadful in the playoffs.
Right.
So far in his career.
Right.
Yeah.
So
fair point.
And
tough for me to pick him over the Greek Freak.
The thing is, we can argue about who's coming out of the East as much as we want. Lakers are 4. Okay? I'm going to get out of it. Lakers are 4, man. Lakers are looking like an incredible force. Yeah, they lost opening day to the Clippers. I guarantee you, Lakers are winning that series 4-1. And that one win you saw, the Lakers had the Clippers to play the best game.
In the issue of fairness, this is not an objective table. All
It's
4
not.
of us are
I was going to say,
hardcore
this
Laker
is the
fans.
one probably
We are
team
all
in sport that we're all
for-
for.
All
on the
4
same
Laker
team.
fans, and we all 4 will pound the table to the death
Absolutely.
and say that there ain't no fucking chance our Lakers.
The one thing I will say, the only danger to that not happening, to me, it is the Mavericks. That's it. The Mavs have played us well. They beat us. They played us close once we won, and they blew us out the second time.
Lakers in 4.
I would say Lakers in 5.
No.
I'll take 4. But the only threat to our championship is the Mavs in our own division.
See, the Mavs have looked great. KP's coming around. Luka has just gone absolutely nuclear this year.
That's all they have, though.
But not only that, in the NBA, old teams win.
Very true.
Young teams don't win in the NBA.
Very true.
Luka Doncic is 20 years old. Yes, he's been playing professional basketball for a long time. No disrespect to Europe, but the NBA playoffs is ain't not the same. So until I see Luka dropping 30 points, triple doubles in the playoffs, there's no chance I'm picking him over LeBron James.
I don't think they're necessarily going to win or beat the Lakers, but I'd just be curious to see the contrast of styles between the Rockets and Lakers playing in a series. Like, I think the Lakers have clear advantages. I'm not saying the Rockets could, push that series. I just want to see the small ball speed compared to kind of more big oriented, kind of defensive minded team of the Lakers.
Right.
Because I don't think you're not going to beat them at their own game in the big. So like the Jazz wouldn't be able to compete. Like the Nuggets wouldn't be able to compete. So I just kind of want to see the Rockets and then obviously the Clippers just because they have a lot of wings. I think those contrastive styles are very interesting for them.
It makes for entertaining basketball,
but
not competitive basketball in my opinion.
Yeah.
What the Rockets do is, I'm going to try not to sound emotional when I talk about the Rockets because I truly do not like them, but I feel like they play a game that is built on getting good numbers and inflating James Harden's performance and making headlines and, protesting games and doing all the analytical stuff, which is great. But it's not a winning mentality. It's pretty proven at this point, I would say, that you can do all that and you're going to win regular season games. You're going to put up crazy numbers. James Harden might average 40 points a game this year, which is ridiculous. But in the playoffs, that shit's not going to matter. I don't see them being competitive.
I can agree with that.
What players do you think have surprised you this season so far? It could just be Luka, but
Luka's the obvious one.
Because it's been so much of an improvement from last year. Even though he was already good last year.
I knew Derrick Rose had it in him to be great again. The man, I never thought it'd come to fruition. This man's taken over the year. He's got a game winner. What, did he score 50 already this year in one of the games? Or was that last year?
I think that was.
I know he had a game winner
last year.
That was last year, I want to say.
But this man is playing out of his mind right now to overcome the type of adversity he had and his injuries and his mental capacity. The man's balling right now. And I'm super impressed. I'm a Derrick Rose fan till forever, man. Never met a better guy in the NBA. Didn't meet him, but as character-wise, what I can see on camera, this man's great, dude.
So the question
someone you want to root for.
Who has surprised you the most?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with kind of an obvious answer, but it's Giannis. Like him following up the MVP year, everybody was like, "Oh, well, he's not gonna win MVP because he won it last year." Like recency bias, all those things. But his numbers are insane. He has Milwaukee number 1 seed in the East. He's averaging 31, 13, and 5. Like, just 31, 13, and 5, you guys. He's 25 years old, and he's doing that in the NBA. That's been one of the biggest shockers. I thought maybe, might get hurt or his numbers might decline or anything like that. But
they
he's
lost
showing,
a lot.
Yeah, and they lost a lot, and they're still winning.
Team has not seemed to suffer at all.
He's been playing out of his mind, and I'm really surprised about that.
For me, the biggest surprise, it's kind of a twofold with team and player, but I'm going to go with Jimmy Butler, the Heat. Yeah, when Jimmy Butler signed with the Heat, crazy. I was like, oh, so he's going to just get a bag of money, he's going to go sit on the beach and meet some Cubanas and some freaking homies and, and then smoke some freaking cigars and chill out. But no, he's out there and he's playing good basketball. I could say right now, I mean, could be a debate. Giannis is the best player in the East. Jimmy Butler, I think, right now is the second best player in the East.
You can make that argument.
It's a tough. Don't know who you can argue against. I mean, Kevin Durant's hurt.
It's tough.
You'll never hear me say any good things about Kyrie. And the Heat are playing good basketball. They got the White Splash Brothers, Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero. They're out there balling. competitive team. I can see them making a playoff run. Don't be shocked.
That's a good playoff run. Yeah.
If they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I just don't see that. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I respect them as a team. They're deep. They have a lot of bodies. But I don't know. I don't know. Jimmy Butler's on that star level with like Giannis and them boys.
He's not Giannis.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm saying I feel like you need at least one elite player to compete and win a championship. And I feel like he's right on the like cusp of being elite, but he's not there yet.
No, and I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, I saw the Heat being an 8 seed, one and done, sweep in the first round. And they're definitely better than that. They're definitely way better than that.
They're a second round team, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's probably Malcolm Brogdon and just the Pacers in general. Like,
I love that boy.
Well,
he's
they still
player.
don't like without Oladipo, and they're 17-9 right now. Like,
true.
That's pretty impressive. And I didn't really expect him to just kind of go right over and just automatically be the guy, kind of to run the show. He's averaging 19 points, 7 assists. So, like, I think that's maybe not the most surprising because he was good last year, but I guess the most interesting and kind of an exciting thing to watch and develop. Other than that, I think Giannis is the easy answer to be honest for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, he followed up an MVP season and performance with another one so far. Like,
he just upped his game.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I think that's been pretty crazy to watch.
I still want to give one more shout out to a surprise player. He's playing on a bad team. The Hornets are terrible. But Devontae Graham, averaging 20 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
That
Jesus
came
Christ.
out of nowhere. Didn't see that coming. That's a big surprise this year. So shout out to Devontae Graham. Unfortunately, it's played for Michael Jordan, who was a terrible owner.
They're really one game out of the playoffs, which is insane to me. Because the East is so
you don't
bad.
make the playoffs in basketball, don't talk to me.
They're
Over half the
terrible.
teams in the league make the playoffs. Like, sorry.